Hamza, when you think of him, what do you think of?
How long you got?
Of course, it is very proud for me. He played for my country.
The decision has been an amazing one for me.
It's totally changed Bangladesh football, especially.
He's the biggest of the biggest.
He is literally like Maradona over there.
I don't know what come over me, to be honest.
I actually thought it was AI when I saw it. I texted him and said, this can't be real.
I love this player. He's my heart. It's from my heart.
It's definitely the biggest derby, especially in South Asia.
The biggest game of my career.
Hey, we have to win, we have to win, we have to win. This is the game.
I think at that moment, you know, it's sort of game time. You get a funny feeling in your stomach, and at that time you know it's going to get real.
Perfect. Right.
Just one more cut. For me?
Yeah. When was it first a serious consideration of yours that you were going to start representing Bangladesh, do you think?
I think there are a number of reasons. I think I've always, something everyone wants to do is play international football. I obviously played for the under-21s at England youth level, and luckily I had something else that was there for me, ready for me to go and play international football. And now I have had that opportunity. It almost feels the decision has been an amazing one for me.
I was at work and he messaged and says, look, Ammo, which means mum, you know, look at my Instagram. And because we all knew it was coming, but we weren't sure exactly the date and time he was going to announce it. And just the messages that were coming through, it was just really, really emotional, actually. Remember, I was literally in tears the whole time, and I didn't know why I was crying. It was just like, even just talking about it makes me quite emotional. It was a real milestone.
What am I making? 3 teas? My wife does most of it, I can't lie, but I'll do the school pickups and the school drop-offs. And then when I've got Eunice, I'll have to get him ready and take him, but apart from that, my wife does a lot of the morning stuff. With the older two anyway, the older two obviously have loads of like their book bags and what they need to take. I forget most of my stuff, so I won't be too good at that, to be honest. As much as you enjoy it, you do miss the family as well. When they don't come, you end up spending like 13, 14 days away from them. So it's tough, and especially when you travel so much anyway with football, that you're away most Friday nights, most of Saturdays, so you do miss them. To be fair, like when you come back, you do miss the team and the coaching staff and stuff like that. So it is nice. You do very much look forward to going to see them. But I guess like 6, 7 days in, it starts to get tough. My mum and my brother, and my dad, they're all coming, and I think one of my aunties is going to come. So it's nice. That is nice. That breaks it up a little bit to see some family when you're over there. They'll come see me in Dhaka for a little bit, and then when I'm done, they'll go to Sylhet. Look at that. His mum's gonna go mental. It'll come off though, it's okay. It's okay. Alright, I'll just go get my passport and stuff. Yeah, listen, I was just doing my interview. Look at this. Look what he's just done.
Which pens are those? His new ones?
These ones.
Is it bad that I actually really like it?
Oh, if that's your reaction, that's alright. Excited, very excited actually, to see the lads, to see the staff, to play the games, to see the fans. Probably a little bit of nerves, especially before the last one, before India, knowing how much of a big game it is and how much it means to the people.
One of the lakes, I forgot where it was called, but that's just with all of his aunties, very young aunties.
So he loved going to Bangladesh.
He absolutely loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. And I think when you've been born and brought up here, it's a very different lifestyle. It really is really rural, where we come from. And the privileges that he's grown up with, it really, obviously not at that age, but as he's grown up, it's really, he can see the difference of when he's in Bangladesh and how other people have to live, where they have to strive to get clean water. And I think that was one of the biggest influence of him playing for Bangladesh, because he has such fond memories, he has such connection.
Travel straight to Bangladesh, direct flight, so I'll be about 11 hours, I think, on the way there. It's all right, it's not too bad. I'll get some sleep on the flight and then land, and then we've got Nepal in a couple of days' time, which is a friendly before, obviously, the big game against India. To be fair, it was my first one. My first international for Bangladesh was against India away, and you could feel how big it was then. This one being in Dhaka, will it be even bigger? So yeah, they've been speaking about it. The fans have been speaking about it in my DMs and stuff. So yeah, it will be massive, I'm sure.
Dhaka, oh my gosh, how I need an essay for that. Dhaka is very busy. Dhaka has extreme wealth and has extreme poverty, all living side by side.
The city is very noisy and the traffic jam is crazy. I never experienced something like this in my life.
You know, it's so busy, so congested, very overpopulated. A lot of hardworking people just trying to make a way in life and support their families, you know. So vibrant, so many different colours, so much culture, food.
We're here to see Hamza Choudhury.
Oh, I see. He is a very famous person in our country.
Yeah.
We just missed you. I think it was it the Nepal game? Overhead kick. We weren't there for it, but
No.
yeah, what was that like?
Yeah, crazy. I don't know what come over me, to be honest, but it was just there and I thought, why not? It was, yeah, amazing. Best goal I've scored, and you know, the best things about scoring them types of goals is going in and getting to your phone and seeing your family group chat. Our family group chat is hilarious. Some of the reactions, it's just hilarious, and that honestly makes it. Like, I can remember after scoring the goal, I can remember first thing thinking, like, I bet they're going crazy.
We walked in, and we walked down to the lobby this morning, and everyone knew who we were and said, "Oh, we've seen you on YouTube, we've seen you on the news." because everyone was video. So I got interviewed for a TV channel. So it's me being interviewed on TV. Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah, today breakfast 10, set play meeting at 1:40, lunch at 2, team meeting 3:45, and then leave for the stadium at 4:15. Dinner at 8:30. So that's pretty much the basic schedule. So.
Oh!
You've done it. Wow. Hold him down. Don't let him get out. Don't give him nothing.
Yeah.
Top tier.
We used to come every year up until when I was started my scholar, and then obviously like your summer's different to my mum's summer because she worked in schools and stuff, and my little brothers and stuff. So up until every year, I think when I was like 2 or 3, I spent like 6 months over here, and my mum and my cousins now take them piss because when I went back, I used to just speak Bangla because obviously it was just when I started speaking. Obviously, like in the village, like out in the sticks, it's very much like village life, like farms and whatnot. And my mum was just like nappy training me, so I was out the nappy, must have been like 2, 3. And she used to say, I always used to just go out the back, and at the back there's like big fields and like a lake and stuff. So I used to pull my pants down and have a wee. And I went back to the UK and I stood in my auntie's front room and weed into the kitchen as if I was like weeing outside.
Oh. Oh yeah. The amount of feedback we get from people just ringing, and or things that we see on the Bangladesh on YouTube and things like that. The amount of people, and especially young boys, saying that's how they always used to get told off to when they used to say they're going out to play football, and now parents are like, yeah, go. It's totally changed Bangladesh football, especially.
Right. Okay.
It's been huge.
You've got to say something about this, I think.
Yeah, one of his first sponsorships in Bangladesh. But it is funny because we obviously have another one in the bathroom, and the boys, his brothers, like would keep turning it around, and I keep turning it back around because we don't want him watching us when we're showering. Hamza is very empathetic. Hamza is very intelligent, and Hamza is very competitive, as my children will tell you.
Is that right? All right, do you want me to see if it'll pass slightly? Or let's go like that.
We are in the north now, you know what I mean?
Hamza, when you think of him, what do you think of?
How long you got from when he was 12, 13 to now, he's not changed. And that's just his personality, which makes him such a nice guy and why he's so easy to get along with people. But he's also got the genuine side as well, so it's nice that he's got both, and it puts him in a situation where he can be around a lot of different types of people and still be able to hold conversations. And to be fair, he's a nightmare to get hold of sometimes. Like, he just goes off grid. Like, you'll be messaging him, then you'll send the last message, and for a week, that's it, bang. He's like gone off the face of the earth. It's like, where have you gone? Like, you're on your phone. I know you're on your phone, but you just don't want to look. So I'd probably say that, and the fact he owes me so many clothes that I've lent him over the years.
I've actually got a pair of his jeans upstairs.
Like, mate, you're doing shampoo brands now, and like, you're the face of Bangladesh. You can at least post my clothes back.
Oh, what a legend. What a legend. He's lying, by the way. I reply to him all the time. Actually, I message him first a lot of the time. Yeah, what a legend, man. But I do have a pair of his jeans upstairs. I'll make sure I keep them now.
We've known each other for a very long time. I think from 8 years old, maybe it was when we first joined. So, been really good friends. You know, he's one of my best mates. Away from football as well, you know, not so much now, I'm obviously up here, but we spend a lot of time together and do things with our families and whatnot. So, yeah, on a personal level and on the pitch, we've always been very close. So to see someone you're close with doing so well and achieving great things is, you know, it's proud for me as well. Yeah, there'll be a fair few occasions when myself or someone else has had to get him out of trouble, whether it's him being late. You know, I'm sure we've had a fair few away days when we were younger as a scholar or first year pros when I've had to get him up if he's going to be late or ring him if he's going to miss a meeting. Timekeeping's not one of his strengths, and I'm sure there's been a few fines that he's copped for, but I think I've saved him for a few quid as well. So yeah, you've got me to thank for that.
I mean, he's always been very high energy, really sort of like always on the go, and that's how we got into football. Actually, it was just very much of like he was 4 or 5, and it was really funny because the very first time I took him, they were all 4 or 5, just started reception school. It was a summer holiday, sort of like school summer camps, and initially all the parents were talking, we were all excited, like, oh, it's the first time they're going to some organised sports. And like before half time, I was like hiding in the corner. I was literally just backing away because he was going in full force tackles. Even then, you know, and there was kids were getting hurt. So yeah.
Yeah, that is funny. It's funny how you have little snippets of memories from childhood, and I can remember that day so vividly. My mum bought me some T90s. But as a child, I had a lot of energy, a lot of aggression probably, and football sort of moulded that, as you can probably tell in my footballing style. I guess it was my output, so it helped me so much throughout my childhood, and it gave me something to focus on. My mind was probably running at 1,000 miles an hour.
Hamza first came to my attention by a guy called Brian Anderson, and he told me about a young boy out in Loughborough that was one of the fastest, fiercest tacklers he'd ever seen, and which was as much as I needed to know. So a couple of Sundays later, I was up at a game. He was playing for Loughborough Dynamo. Technically he was really raw, but he had some of the best physical skills at the time I'd ever seen in a boy of that age. His ability his quick tick, natural reaction and foot patterns to close down a ball were ridiculous. And on that alone, I brought him in on trial. And he had a natural energy and enthusiasm that sometimes other parents might not have seen in a very positive light. There was one particular instance that comes to memory where we literally had to stop a training session because he'd hurt virtually every single player on the opposition. So I thought, I need to speak to these parents because they're going to see this different to me. So I've gone over there and I've explained that he hasn't actually fouled anyone. It's just he's got physical attributes that are way up and beyond one or two of the other boys here. And I says, God willing, this boy will one day play in our first team, and you can remember this conversation. And if he doesn't play in our first team, he'll definitely be playing for the Tigers as a scrum half. So you're looking at a real physical talent here.
I think it was about 8 or 9 years old when I first met Hamza. He's the year above me in the academy, but I feel like he made a beeline to sort of like support me as a young lad. I always remember that when we were growing up, he'd always go out of his way to see how I was and that. And for no particular reason, I think he just maybe seen something that he liked about me, and I'll always appreciate that. And the fact we ended up playing together in the first team, like you said, it's quite surreal. It was a dream come true at the time, two Leicester lads doing it. So yeah, memories that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Especially when he was young, you almost had to keep him on a bit of a leash. He had that I don't know what you'd call it, school football, whatever it was. I remember he used to get sent off all the time, and he had that little bit of a temper and that little wild side, which he was unique in having that side to his game. I think where he did have that edge and that bite to himself, but he's managed to sort of rein that in really well. And the other side to his game, he's such a good athlete. He gets out of the pitch so well, and he can have such big influence on games. So he has so many qualities as a player. And like I said, there probably qualities I hadn't seen until he went to Bangladesh was bicycle kicks and free kicks and I don't know, penalties, whatever he's had. So he's stepped into an even different role there. And he's doing stuff I've never seen. So I actually thought it was AI when I saw it. I texted him and said, this can't be real. So more of that, please. That'd be nice.
So did Hamza go to school in Loughborough, and then when he moved here, moved school?
Yeah, because of his football.
Okay.
The training grounds, obviously, literally, and it's one of the reasons we moved here.
Right, okay.
Just to make it, because he's the eldest of 4.
Yeah.
And obviously, just running around, everybody had clubs.
Yeah.
Everybody was, and it was to make sure that we could meet all of their needs, because we were very conscious it's not fair just to concentrate on Hamza.
Yeah.
If I was to pick somebody that is responsible, one of the main people was his mother, because she made what I consider a fantastic and massive decision. He was being heavily courted by Nottingham Forest. So I sort of spoke with Rafi about opportunities to move nearer, and she moved her family up onto the Saffron Lane estate. Now 20 years ago that was a big thing for Rafi, but she made that commitment, which bought Hamza the time to spend more time playing football, which is what he needed.
I think the mantra is Foxes never quit. I don't think we ever came through our academy as the most talented players, especially when we were playing the likes of like Chelsea, Arsenal. We were obviously all very talented in our own way, but a lot of it was working hard, outworking the other team and being as close-knit as possible. So it's a mantra we've almost bred into from the age of 7 and 8.
I think the overriding point I would make is an immense sense of pride for the academy in particular, because he's came through that. The model that they've always tried to push and sell out to the wider community is that support where they've come through. He came through at the very start. He's worked, he's done the journey through. He's still here with the club. He's still loyal to the club. He's captained the club, and that's straight from 7s, 8s, 9s. Basically, these clubs, to us, they're just we live and breathe the football side of it, but they're a brand. And when you've got a brand that's thought in such a positive light in places like Bangladesh, thanks to Hamza Choudhury and thanks to the work the academy did in them early years, I think we should all be very, very proud of that.
Hamza for Bangladesh, it's like we were talking before, no? It's like a Messi. When I came here and the people start talking that we could bring Hamza, and I was like, wow, if we bring these kind of players, we will make a huge step. And especially how he is as a person, like he's very humble, he's very close to all of us, and even the workers for the BFF, and he's very polite, and even with the fans, he's very, very close to them, so the people can see how he is, no?
Very difficult to explain the impact that Hamza has had, because it's huge in all departments. So it's, he has been, to me, as a player and technically, is obviously another level, and the impact he has in that level on the team is huge. But to me, I always say the same, but personally is even a higher level. How humble he is from the very first moment. He has always been trying to adapt and adjust and to get information, to be aware of everything. He has always trying to understand as fast as possible our idea of playing or training, always cooperating, always very easy to manage things with him.
They're going to get, it's the media guy's birthday and Asadman's birthday. They're going to get him with an egg, so it might be worth recording that. Yeah, with eggs. They're going to egg him.
Come on! I want this picture of you like this.
You know, when you see the videos, and he sent me a few videos, the reception he gets is, I mean, it's like he's a king over there. It's like he's a hero.
It is quite funny because you can see he's just gone to a different level. I'm seeing him the base of shampoo brands and stuff, so I'm hoping he's had a bit of stick for the way he gets treated, because he is literally like Maradona over there.
The shampoo bottle.
Yeah, clear man. Yeah, that's one of the commercial deals I do over there. I've loads of family and friends have taken bottles and quickly put them back on the shelves because they say find them a bit weird, me just staring at them whilst they shower. But yeah, it's funny. Stuff like that is funny, and it's like, and it's another bit. It's like it's surreal, really. Some of them moments that see my face on it. It's funny. It's just funny to me, really.
He's the greatest player of this Bangladesh, and I see every kind of match in the Leicester City, also Bangladesh. I love this player. It's my heart. It's from my heart.
Hamza is our heart. Hamza is our God. Hamza is our life. Hamza is everything for us. He's the biggest of the biggest. Nobody, no sportsman comes to near him. He's the best.
when we got there, even in we flew from Manchester, people were coming up and taking photos with Hamza there, and we were like, "Whoa, this is," you know, it was like, "Oh, it's so cute, it's really nice." Hamza's name seems to be able to, you can tend to be able to do a lot.
The love you get genuinely over there is bonkers. Like, yeah, the feeling is so different. The sheer number of people there that want to give you that love and affection it can be a lot. It can be a lot to sort of take on. But it's like, I'm not someone that loves the limelight. It was amazing to see, but it can make me feel a little bit awkward sometimes. I'm an ambassador for Lido, which is a children's orphanage for homeless kids on the streets of Dhaka. I went in the March camp this year, and for the first time. It's amazing seeing their setup. Some of the work they do is amazing. The kids are so sweet. So any little thing you can do helps. So I'm going to go see them downstairs, spend a little bit of time with them, and then come up before our meeting. Sorry, are you okay? Sorry, are you okay? Hi. Well done, man. Thank you. They want to play with me? Okay.
This is Bobby and...
Bobby and me. She'll love this. Dhaka especially has like one of the highest rates of homelessness, and there's so many dark alleyways and that happen for these kids, and it's so important the work that they're doing over there. They're taking them off the streets, giving them education, putting them into pathways and giving them some stability. Like you say, for some of the kids are young as 1 or 2 years old, and you're not having kids yourself, it very much hits home.
The fact that he uses his platform well is really something that we're very, very proud of. And it's something that, you know, he seeked out himself. You know, he says, you know, I want to do something. And I think obviously he's seen it, you know, how underprivileged people are in Bangladesh. And he wanted to use his platform to be able to highlight and do something positive. And he does a lot of things behind the background, a lot of things that aren't in the media, a lot of people don't know. He supports a lot of people. Do, you know, sort of like in the village, do find it hard to get married because they can't afford the actual wedding. He'll contribute to things like that. He's constantly does a lot of charity work that he doesn't talk about.
Thank you, bye. Bye, love you, bye. Best feeling, better than anything, really. If you read some of them little stories in their book, honestly, it's heartbreaking. It's actually a kid's book. The guy that wrote it, his name is Mike Sheriff. He's the one that wrote it. He's from the UK, one of the founders of the charity. So it's actually a kid's book. So it's good that I'll be able to take that home and show it to my kids and stuff, because, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the life I'm fortunate enough to live and stuff. It's just little things that can bring you back down to earth and try and help in any way you can, you know. When you're in like this sort of position, it's important, especially in our culture and my religion, to be able to help people who are less fortunate. So yeah, no, amazing. Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Okay, yeah, alhamdulillah, good, thank you. How are you?
So finish your room.
Thank you very much, thank you. Right, you seen the billboard they put on the building in the stadium?
Have you, what? No.
So we went obviously to train yesterday at the National Stadium in that building. At the size of it, but it's actually that big. It's always nerves match day, but like, I wouldn't say nerves, more like anticipation, like you get butterflies, excitement. Yeah, I'm excited really, I'm really excited. Just try and take in as much fluid, eat the right stuff. try and get as much rest. So yeah, just a normal match day.
The rivalry, the magnitude of that is huge and is kind of difficult to understand for those who are not from Bangladesh. No? But it's definitely the biggest derby, especially in South Asia, not only from the sports perspective, but also from, well, historically and culturally.
The team lives this huge game. It's incredible. We can understand, but not that close and not that big like them. And you can feel it, that the team is talking all the time about this game, and this is the game.
23 years since the last time there was a win, basically, in friendlies or in official matches.
Everyone is talking about this, even in the hotel, even if you go out, everyone is telling us like, hey, we have to win, we have to win, we have to win. They don't care even about another games, you know, it's just this is the game.
The biggest game in my career, I think, because it means so much more than just a football game. It's the statement that we put out to Asia, to ourselves. We've worked so much towards this moment, like you say, full focus on winning the game and making the nation proud. Do our own prayer in the lobby and make our way to the bus, and I think at that moment, you know, it's sort of game time. And then you drive like through the city and you see the buzz and everyone out and everyone shouting the bus down and stuff. Yeah, that feeling, you get the funny feeling in your stomach, and at that time you know, yeah, it's just gonna get real. It's a bit surreal sometimes. I think, like one way to put it is like when the national anthem's being sung. Just during that, I take a second just to think back of all my memories and my fond memories of being in Bangladesh. So it's sometimes a little bit, especially against India, a little out of body experience.
I can't stop my tears, I can't stop my tears. You know, this of course it is very proud for me. He played for my country. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's getting emotional now.
Bangladesh football was going down long time. So it's come back again because of Hamza. It's not only it's not only that he's playing for the country, but for him, football back again.
Yeah, as in like he's been the cause for the revival of football as a nation.
pure emotion, really. Obviously going to celebrate in the corner, but then obviously trying to recollect your thoughts, your tactics on the game. Managing all of that is crazy. You know, it's that cliche in football. You're most vulnerable when you've just scored a goal, and that is the reason why. Because it's not delirious, but you go into like a state of just pure emotion. You know they're going to come on strong. They can't be seen losing to Bangladesh. It's about being there when your teammate makes a mistake, which is inevitable. Everyone makes mistakes throughout the game. No matter how good a game you have, you make mistakes in the moments, and it's about being there to help your teammates out of that. Relief, happiness, proud, like it's all the adjectives you can use to sort of feel in them moments. But it was amazing, you know. I think over the last couple of results, because we've played very well in all the games that I've played with for Bangladesh, and it's just the final bits that have been missing, like the game management side of it, that we've been lacking, that have let us down in moments. So that just pure sense of relief that we've got over the line, we've done the job that we needed to do, and just the pure emotion of everyone in the stand and just soaking it all up, really. Everything you do in football in England, and it's difficult to get to that level, and it's pure, you know. I believe what they say because they show me the love and support, and it's just, I'll do everything in my power to give anything I can back to them, you know.
Let's go! You enjoy it? It's top, isn't it? It's the best atmosphere I've played in, by far. That is unbelievable. Thanks for letting us go. No, thanks for coming, man. Thanks. Yes, what's that?
At that moment, you can really sort of take in what we've achieved as a team, the joy that you've brought to so many people, the happiness of the lads in the changing room, and you know, like I said, it's just exhausting. But like at that moment, it's sort of everything becomes real again. Because whilst you're out on the pitch, so much noise, so much buzz, you're getting pulled this way, you're getting pulled that way. So at that moment, it's everything. All the emotions are really just starting to like go through your body, and you can sort of take a second to be like, wow, we really just did that.
Yeah, cool. Nice one, mate.
It is. Some of them videos are sick, innit? Some of them videos are sick.